if I walk past a billboard outside of the office for Adidas and I go to Google and search Adidas trainers and purchase it, it's like the billboard made me want to buy them, but
Yeah.
the search engine gets attributed with the sale.
For your dream metrics, what do you guys get measured on? What's the best? What's like? How is it most successfully executed?
I will try and take you down a blockchain rabbit hole if you're willing to come with me. But I think that what we are seeing is the adoption of blockchain in a way as someone that loves it, never really anticipated it. Like I think 4 years ago when we started Alkimi, I did not think you'd have people like BlackRock creating exchange traded products for Bitcoin, which was like made up by someone anonymous in 2008 as a new way for money to exist. You know, that is a long way past where I thought it would go. At least the speed at which it's being adopted is certainly quicker than I thought. It's quicker than the internet was since it was commercially available. It's quicker than mobile phones since they were commercially available. And I will caveat that by saying that you need the internet for blockchains to exist, and it's easier to access them from mobile phones. So I think it's very much kind of standing on the shoulders of two technological giants. But what I think will happen is that the number one use case, in my opinion, for crypto and blockchains is stable coins. So like a digital version of a dollar is like very easy to transact with. I think you'll see more people transacting with stable coins, and there will be just more people using wallets more often, for whether that's like logging into a platform. You can do that now with zero knowledge logins. You use your email address, it creates a wallet, and then that wallet is a really persistent identifier that is anonymous by nature. So like you don't know that an email created that wallet. There's like this hash value that stops those two things being tied together. But that starts to tie stuff that like things that search had a chokehold on for a very long time. You know, like if I walk past a billboard outside of the office for Adidas and I go to Google and search Adidas trainers and purchase it, it's like the billboard made me want to buy them, but the search engine gets attributed with the sale. Now, if there's a wallet involved in that, that wallet can be like, that will track which ads it saw over a period of time. So like it may be that you're logging into a website that you log into the Financial Times with your wallet and you've read articles about the bond markets, and then you've seen an ad for Nike, searched it and then purchased the ads through that wallet. It's like, okay, well actually it's more than likely that it was the ad on the Financial Times that delivered that sale, not the search that took place after that, that's then attributed towards this wallet. So I think it will just create a much stickier and persistent identifier to like solve last click attribution, and then be able to deliver the proceeds of that sale to the venue which actually generated it, which will do a really good job for funding that publication longer term. So like just really will, it's just the attribution model gets fixed to some degree. And then that's what you get measured on. It's like, did you drive a sale of a particular product, or did you drive a sign up to a particular platform? It will kind of go back to probably a lot of the metrics that you talk to brands about, the ones that like move the needle for them, not that there was a million impressions of this ad. It's like that. It's just that needs to happen to get to this point. But really, that's what you want to know, is that like, hey, this dollar equaled this result. And we can then kind of piece where the route to that, and then invest in the bits that are driving those actions. So that is what I think it will go back to what it used to be to some degree, where it's just like, just how do you drive attributions, become a little bit more performance based to some degree, just because you're able to tie it together in a completely different way. I guess not too dissimilar to the way that the app market really kicked off. You know, like you had a device ID that wasn't necessarily meant to be an identifier, but happened to be a really good one for the 2 years that you had your phone, because it didn't change. And then it's like cookies were the same too, right? Like it was just like, it was there to remember that you'd put something in your basket, or it went back to the page that you just viewed halfway down it rather than back to the top again. You know, like they weren't built to target ads, but became quite a neat way to target ads. And that feels like what is happening very much with my advertising ad tech hat on, with wallets, the proliferation of wallets, and people using wallets more regularly in day-to-day activity. It's an alphanumeric key. It doesn't change. It stores a ton of information that is anonymized and can be used really nicely to then attribute ads and kind of figure out what that person likes without ever knowing who they are individually. Like it's quite a neat solution to regulations. I mean, the adoption of the new technology, and provides verifiable data. So like in a world where like tons of information is going to be created by autonomous agents, like having a verifiable proof of, okay, this is this type of information that came from here is going to be great for us to determine kind of what was created by whom and where, which I think is probably going to be the next issue that we deal with.